What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide. Because you know when it comes to the Tide, there's always something to talk about. And it's been busy in Tuscaloosa as far as the transfer portal. That's both football and basketball. So, hey, it is what it is. We had several guys to jump in the portal this spring. 12 of them, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to let you know all of them names. Most of them you won't even know. All right. Nados has been working hard to bring guys in to replace the guys that left for us the basketball team. Okay, so Nados has been doing great things. But first, let's talk about some Alabama football and what's been going on with the transfer portal this spring. All right, we had 12 guys to leave the program via the spring transfer portal, and we only picked up 3. All right. As a matter of fact, 2. I'll just say that because Caden Proctor, I don't consider him a transfer, being that he was with the Alabama Crimson Tide last season. But as far as outgoing players, you had kicker Reed Harradine, never heard of him. Wide receiver Sawyer Dearman, never heard of him. Cornerback Terrence Howard, never heard of him. Defensive back Caleb McDougal, never heard of him. Wide receiver Zarian Courtney, never heard of him. Wide receiver Andre Craig Jr., never heard of him. Wide receiver Sam Willoughby, never heard of him. Defensive lineman Curtis Perry. I was looking forward to seeing him on the field, but hey, guess what? He's not wearing crimson anymore, so it is what it is. You got offensive lineman James Brockemeyer, who transferred to TCU. Hey, he was about to get his chance, but it is what it is. He ain't wearing crimson anymore. Kicker Upton Belafonte, never heard of him. Safety Peyton Woodard, don't know why he jumped in the portal. He was only there 1 year. So, hey, you know you ain't finna start your freshman year. He had a good spring game, but guess what? He ain't wearing crimson no more, so it is what it is. Then last night at the last minute, really not at the last minute, but last night, safety Tony Mitchell. Don't know what went on with him, but he got a do not contact clause or whatever you want to call it. So I'm pretty sure he know where he's going. But, Alabama did some things for him to put him back on the right track. And I'm glad that he back on the right track. But guess what? He ain't wearing crimson no more. So it is what it is. But let's talk about the guys that we did pick up. Like I said, Caden Proctor is coming back after transferring to Iowa back in February. Decided he didn't want to be at Iowa anymore. So guess what he did? Transferred back to my Alabama Crimson Tide. So we don't have to talk about him. We already know what he's about. True freshman, All-American last season. But let's talk about Graham Nicholson, kicker from Miami of Ohio that we picked up. I talked about him a little bit before, but let's talk about it. Alabama landed a commitment from Miami of Ohio kicker Graham Nicholson, winner of the 2023 Lou Garza Award, given to the best college football kicker. All right. In my opinion, Will Riker was the best kicker last season. That's just my opinion. So, hey, it is what it is. So we got the best kicker replacing the best kicker. I'll just put it that way. But anyway, you know, Will Riker was the NCAA's all-time football scoring leader. All right. For everybody who played college football, Will Riker scored more points than any other guy in college football history for my Alabama Crimson Tide. But this is about Graham Nicholson. Nicholson is coming off the 2023 season where he finished 3rd nationally in field goal percentage with 96.4 field goals made. And he was tied 7th in field goal attempts with 28 and tied 2nd in field goal makes with 27. Only missed 1 field goal last season. In all, he was 101 on field goal attempts under 20 yards. 6 of 6 between 20 and 29 yards. 10 of 10 between 30 and 39 yards. 9 of 10 between 40 and 49 yards. And 1 of 1 from 50 plus yards. The guy got a leg on him, and it's accurate. Throughout his career at Miami of Ohio, in 2021, he was 15 of 20 on field goals made, which was 75%. 36 of 40 on extra point attempts, 90%. 2022, he was 18 of 23 on field goals, 78.2%. 26 of 27 on extra points, 96.3%. Last year, 2023, 27 of 28 on field goal, 96.4%. 35 of 37 on extra points, 94.6%. You can't beat that. So we got a hell of a kicker. You might say, pump your brakes. He's just a kicker. Last time I checked, kickers win games. I do know that. So it's very important to have an accurate kicker. And we got one. Just like we are right. So hey, I'm happy with this pickup. All right. So once again, Graham Nicholson got him through via the transfer portal. All right. Who else did we get? Cameron Howard, defensive back, Charlotte. Let's talk a little bit about him. Cameron Howard. All right. Last season, he was only a freshman. All right. 189. He's 5'11", 189 pounds. From Clinton, Maryland. Went to school at St. Francis Academy. One of the top high schools when it comes to college football. But anyway, in 2023, he played in all 12 games with 2 starts as a true freshman. His starts came against Florida Atlantic and South Florida. He registered 38 tackles last season, 21 solo with only 1 tackle for loss. He had 2 interceptions. They came in back-to-back games against South Carolina State and Maryland. All right. He tied a school record with interceptions in 2 straight games. A high of 8 tackles in his start versus Florida Atlantic. All right. He had 24 tackles in his final 5 games. All right. So, hey, in 8 games, he had 3 or more tackles. So that's what we got out the portal at a defensive back. I'm sure he's going to be used as depth. All right. Because I think Kalen DeBoer and the defensive staff, the secondary staff, they pretty much already know who's going to be their starters, which I know one of them will be Malachi Moore. We already know that. Keon Saul, Damani Jackson. So that's 3 of them right there that we know of, unless something happens during the fall that they can't, start the season, game 1. But anyway, still glad to have this guy on the team, even though I think they picked him up for depth. That's just me. But anyway, those are the 2 guys that we got out the spring transfer portal. So along with Caden Proctor, like I said, I don't think he's really a transfer. All right. But that's what's been going on as far as the transfer portal. As far as football, something else that happened as far as football, Mr. Can't Get Right, Elijah Pritchett got arrested again. People been asking me to make a video about this. I said in the comments that I was going to talk about it. All right. So here I am talking about it. Just like when players from other programs get arrested for doing the type of stuff that Elijah Pritchett did, I come on and talk about it and talk trash to that fan base's fans or whatever about their player getting arrested. So I got to talk about Alabama's players getting arrested whenever they do. But Elijah Pritchett, once again, doing something stupid just like he did back in December. This is his 2nd time getting arrested this offseason, which is ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think he should be suspended. Game 1, game 2, I don't care. You can suspend him 1 game for each incident. I don't care. because he shouldn't be going around doing this stupid shit. We can't be running amok down in Tuscaloosa. When Alabama has a standard, and Elijah Pritchett needs to start upholding that standard. And I'm talking about on and off the field. All right. But anyway, Elijah Pritchett, Alabama offensive lineman Elijah Pritchett, was arrested on a charge of exhibition of speed near the Strip in Tuscaloosa this past Friday evening. Exhibition of speed is a misdemeanor violation of the Alabama code that outlaws street racing or other reckless driving maneuvers. According to the code, the punishment of the offense is a fine in the amount of $500 and an imprisonment for a period of not less than 5 days, nor more than 90 days, provided that the sentence of imprisonment shall be suspended, and in lieu thereof, the person shall serve 30 days probation. So he's going to serve something. And I'm sure Kalen DeBoer probably already got his ass doing some type of punishment. But anyway, according to the report from Tide 109, University of Alabama Police Department officers observed Pritchett's black Dodge Charger driving erratically in front of a store near the corner of University Boulevard and Campus Drive. Pritchett was the driver of the car, which did not have a tag. How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be? You got all these people around campus, and they see you driving with no tags. And then when he did what he did, all of these people saw this. You driving with no tags and think you ain't gonna get caught. That's the dumbest shit ever. But anyway, keep it moving. From there, 3 officers walked over and approached Pritchett in his car before he sped off. Why? Pritchett was later found by police and arrested. He was released from jail on a $300 bond. They already at your car. Why you driving off? That is so dumb. That is so dumb. And then when you drive off, you don't just go drive and park. No, you still ride. Can't get right. Anyway, Pritchett was previously arrested in December on a misdemeanor charge of knowingly transmitting a sexual transmitted disease. Records in that case are sealed due to Pritchett being a youthful offender. Dude was 19. But anyway, this is just, both incidents was uncalled for. Okay, you ride with no tag. Cops come up to your car, what they gonna do? Tell you to leave the car there or have it towed and give you a ticket? That's about it. But no, dummies, they young or whatever. But still, they need to take accountability. They need to be responsible. All right? So, hey, it is what it is. Whatever happens to them, I'm fine with it. 1 game, 2 games, 3 games, I don't care. But I think, now, if they suspend him for no games, I'm not fine with that. But he need to serve some type of game suspension. That's just my opinion. But anyway, that's daggone Elijah Pritchett. Can't get right. Done been arrested twice this offseason for dumb shit. It is what it is. But anyway, that's all that's been going on as far as football, the transfer portal, and Elijah Pritchett can't get right. As a matter of fact, we was trying to get this defensive guy, Ed Wood, defensive back, Ed Woods from Arizona State. He narrowed it down to Alabama and Michigan State. And ultimately yesterday, he chose Michigan State over Alabama. But hey, it's all good. He went to the program that best fits him. So hey, it is what it is. But as far as Tony Mitchell and Peyton Woodard, I mean, I don't understand that. Peyton Woodard, soon as we got the defensive back from Charlotte, Cameron Howard, a few hours later, he jumped in the transfer portal. The next day, Tony Mitchell jumped in the transfer portal. Is it that they don't want to compete? Is it that Tony Mitchell felt like he wasn't going to have a chance this season? Because what I read, the reporters that's in practice and all that reported that he wasn't even running with the second team anymore. So I don't know. But it is what it is. They ain't wearing crimson no more. So we ain't finna spill no milk over. Okay, but anyway, moving on to some Alabama basketball. Y'all know what my Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team did last season in making it to the Final Four for the very first time. All right? So, hey, it is what it is. But a lot of those players are gone now. And Nate Oates put more ingredients in the pot. All right? So here it is. Last year's season, you had Aaron Estrada, who graduated. All right? And then Alabama lost 5 players in the portal. All right? 5 players off that 44. That Final Four team jumped in the transfer portal. Riley Griffin, he transferred to Kansas. Nick Pringle transferred back home to South Carolina. Sam Walters transferred to Michigan. And Chris Parker and Muhammad Wade, they remain in the portal. All right. They better make a decision today. That's all I know. But anyway, and then yesterday, freshman forward Jaron Stevenson, he declared for the 2024 draft. All right. But he got until May 29th to withdraw his name from the draft and return to school. So he'll have to return back to Alabama since the transfer portal has closed. All right. So, hey, it is what it is, baby. If you ain't wearing crimson, we ain't finna cry about you. That's all I know. But Nate Oates, he been putting in work. He been on this recruiting trail. He been on this portal, putting in work, and he done added some pieces. And I think we're gonna have a team basketball just as good as we had this past season. Who did he add? Chris Youngblood, guard from UCF. All right. Youngblood is from Alabama. He was born in Tuscaloosa, played basketball in Georgia. He spent his first 3 years of college, his college career at Kennesaw State, and then he transferred to UCF. All right. For UCF, last season, he averaged 15.3 points per game. That's what we added, 15.3 points per game, 2.5, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. All right. And he was named co-ACC Player of the Year. Co-AAC Player of the Year. I think that's the American Athletic Conference or something like that. But anyway, he was named co-AAC Player of the Year. All right. He's a 39% three-point shooter. Come in at 6'4" and 218 pounds. I like that 15 points a game. I like that 39% three-point shooter. I like that, and I like the fact that he's 6'4". So, hey, Nate Oates, good job. All right. Another one we added. And Aiden Holloway, guard from Auburn. We got one from Auburn. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Auburn, you just our little brother. Y'all help us out every now and then. But anyway, Aiden Holloway, he was only at Auburn for one season before he entered the transfer portal. He was a 5-star coming out of high school, a McDonald's All-American. So, hey, I love it. At Auburn, he started 25 or 36 games, averaging 7.3 points a game, 2.7 assists per game as a freshman. All right. So, is he going to be a depth piece? Could he average more points and more rebounds at Alabama? Don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Auburn, they have some good basketball teams too. So him coming from Auburn to Alabama, that's a great pickup also. All right, I know he coming from Auburn. We don't like Auburn. It's all good. But guess what? He ain't at Auburn no more. He wearing crimson now, baby. He on a whole nother level. He with the winning team. Okay, moving on. Nate Oates also got former Pepperdine guard Houston Mallet. All right. Houston Mallet, 3-year start at Pepperdine. He averaged 14.7 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 2.4 assists per game, and shoot 41.5% from the three-point line. You already know Nate Oates love the three-point line. He got a 39% free throw. 39% three-point shooter and a 41% three-point shooter. Nate Oates cooking up something special. Nate Oates going to bring Alabama a basketball national championship, the very first basketball national championship. And whenever our AD Greg Burns decide he want to give up some funds and build a new basketball arena, Nate Oates, his daggone statue will be outside of that new arena. You love it, don't you? You love it, Alabama basketball fans, don't you? Just Alabama fans in general. Keep it moving. Who else Nate added? LeBaron Phelan. All right? LeBaron Phelan, he was committed to Kansas. Guess what Nate Oates did? Flipped him, turned him upside down on his head and gave him no damn choice but to come play for my Alabama Crimson Tide. But anyway, just 5 days after being released from his letter of intent to Kansas, he committed to my Alabama Crimson Tide. He's 6'4", he's a 6'4" guard. All these guys I'm talking about are guards. All of them. So he's a 6'4" guard, the 33rd ranked player nationally, and the 3rd ranked point guard in the country. Athlete, handles. Yes. Anyway, he was previously committed to Auburn while playing at Baker High School in Mobile before he flipped from Auburn to Kansas. Then he flipped from Kansas to Alabama. Could that mean something? Could that mean he had trouble making up his mind? I don't give a damn. He committed to my Alabama Crimson Tide right now. And I'm sure Nate Oates going to keep him on that damn hook till he get there. Anyway, during his time at Baker High School, he won Alabama's Mr. Basketball. And he was a 2-time Class 7A player of the year. This man put up over 2,300 points while playing at Baker High School and averaged 35 points a game before he transferred to Lincoln Academy in Branson, Missouri for his senior year. So in, I'm going to say 3 years, 9th, 10th, 11th, he put up over 2,300 points. 2,334 points to be exact. And was 2-time 7A player of the year in Alabama. Lord have mercy. So, hey, we got some good pickups out the transfer portal. We added what seemed like a great commit coming out of high school. And on top of that, Grant Nelson announced he was coming back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all seen what Grant Nelson did against North Carolina? Took over the game. Yes, sir. He announced he was coming back on his Instagram Monday afternoon for his final year of eligibility. The 6'11" forward. He averaged 11.9 points a game last season, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.5 assists, 1.6 blocks per game. Led Alabama in the rebounds and blocks. That's what we got coming back. Yes. And like I said, now Alabama only got 2 starters coming back from last season. That's Grant Nelson and Latrell Wright-Shell. Them the only 2 they got coming back. But it is what it is. Mark Sears, he entered the draft, but with the option to return. So we don't know what his decision will be. So maybe he'll go on and stay in the draft, or he'll return back to Alabama. My feeling is he'll get drafted and move on. So it is what it is. But we do got Grant Nelson and Latrell right shield coming back. So that is good. Also, Nate Oates, he's trying to get this guy from Kentucky, because this guy is in the portal. Yugoku Yenso. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Yugoku Yenso. All right. He's a 7-footer, big man with a 7.5-foot wingspan. Well, yeah. 7.5 wingspan. Yeah, 7'5" wingspan. That's what it is. And he's in the transfer portal. That is a big man. A 7-footer with a 7'5" wingspan. Big man in the paint, and that's what we needed. That's what we needed in 2023. I think if we had that in 2023, Alabama probably would have been hoisting a national championship trophy in basketball. We need a big man in the middle, and we can get this guy. Nate Oates just might be on to something, right? Anyway, on threes, Jamie Shaw and Joe Tipton registered. Joe Tipton registered. It's called RPM, Recruiting Prediction Machine, picks that Yenso would choose Alabama with a 60% confidence level. At least it's over 50. But anyway, the former Kentucky center entered the transfer portal last week after initially declaring for the NBA draft on April 15th. He got 2 years of eligibility left. Alabama can use this guy. Last season, he started 14 games, averaging 3.6 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.8 blocks in 19 minutes per game. Over his 2 years at Kentucky, he averaged 3.2 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.1 blocks per game. Okay, so we can use him in the paint, protect the rim, get the rebounds. You ain't got to ask him to get all these damn points. But hey, when you need him, he gonna have to perform. Might be a time we had to, go down low, work him in the paint, put some points on the board. But if Nate Oates can get this guy, it'll be a big pickup for my Alabama Crimson Tide. You see, Nate Oates has been putting in this work, also. All right, so Nate Oates is a great basketball coach. I got to give it to him, and I love having it. But anyway, Yugoku Yenso is down to 2 schools for him, and he got to pick today. It's going to be Alabama or North Carolina, if he haven't already decided. I haven't seen nothing where he done decided what program he's going to go to, but we will know today. So, hey, it is what it is. Like I say, there's a lot going on as far as football and basketball. But, hey, it's probably about to quieten down now. So, hey, it is what it is, baby. So, that's all I got for y'all today. And just a little bit of Alabama sports news, I'll just say that. So, and Elijah Pritchett, Mr. Can't Get Right. Oh, man. He going to keep doing wrong until nobody going to want him no more. But it's all good, baby. He's still wearing crimson. So, it is what it is. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. And y'all be blessed. And don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And roll damn Tide.